But what I was leading to with that was about, do you think there's certain aspects of building design or construction that lends itself to either being more or less risk averse?
100%. Yeah, 100%. And that's I think ultimately where collectively we have to look to go. So when you've got a situation where government policy means that the motivation to actively manage the risk to reduce the likelihood of loss is affected, right? So then that's what's been happening for the last 5+ years now. That means that your likelihood of loss is going to increase, so therefore you're going to have to start looking more at consequences and reducing the consequences of loss. And so building design makes a massive difference, and there's a number of factors that come into play, right? So how does meth contaminate a property? Through airflow. So again, if airflow isn't considered when it comes to a building design or properly considered, then that can be really problematic, because one event can compromise multiple different parts of a property. You're then looking at the materials that have been used in the construction. And so again, if architects aren't kind of thinking about this sort of stuff, and they're thinking about the visual, so to your point, it's a beautiful building, and natural timber, for example, is a beautiful finish, but the coatings that go into natural timber are a bloody nightmare when it comes to meth contamination.
Right. Does it sort of hold the meth in the...
Yeah, so there's a chemical bond that forms between the methamphetamine molecule and the materials that are typically used as coatings. That means that it sticks like the proverbial to a blanket. So you got this thing that looks great. In order to make it cost effective, what you're then into is often having a real high quality veneer over a lower cost timber material, like some form of chipboard or MDF or something like that. And then when you get your meth contamination event, in order to get rid of the meth, you've got to smash it with these chemicals that are being used, and that then absolutely buggers up the finish. So not considering the risk through the design phase and knowing that it's going to happen in those multi-unit dwellings, you end up with this cost which is foreseeable, which you could have accounted for through your design process. And so one of the things that we've been looking at for a number of years now is a coating system. So colourless, transparent coatings and pigmented coatings, which have got a slightly higher cost applied, but when it comes to the operation of the building, much easier to clean in terms of general wear and tear. So the harder wearing, easier to clean. So you think about those common areas and the hammering that they can take, and the time, energy, effort and money that gets spent on cleaning those common areas, getting the marks off the walls and the such like, reduce those operational costs. And then when you get these catastrophic events that take place, again, you're significantly reducing the cost associated with addressing those things, not because you've sort of shifted the goalposts, not because you've chosen to ignore them, but because you've got a coating system in place that's really easy to clean.
Yeah.